Hello guys, good morning. So in today class we're gonna work for the deleting of issue. So let's continue. If you look at page, right, our details page of the issue, we have update here, correct? So I want to have the delete button also, right, to delete the issue. So first let's create the delete, okay, delete button. We have action button, not this one, right? So let's see, where is that edit button? Somewhere here, edit button. I will just copy this, right? Same thing, and then gonna add the delete button. Copy and just paste. Hopefully that will give us the new copy of that and change to edit. Sorry, delete. Okay. Uh, delete issue button. Delete issue button. So we have the delete issue button. What we're gonna do is basically make some changes, right? So let's see, here we're gonna add delete and change here delete. Okay, so when you delete, right, you gonna go somewhere. Basically when you click on the delete button, what you gonna do? Most likely we're not gonna do anything, we're not gonna go anywhere, right? We're just deleting, so we're just gonna call API and it will be okay, right? So we don't need link. We don't need link, right? But let's see, delete issue button. We have issue ID, we're gonna get that ID, fine. We're gonna receive that ID, right? And then let's see. Okay, that's fine. I mean, just no need, we have the ID, we're gonna use that ID, right? Let's call it delete issue. Just call the name here. I want to make this maybe red, right? Let's make that one red. Remove this link. So what we have done is we just prepare the button, right? We're going to use now. So where we're going to use in the issue details, right? Where is that? Here. Issue details. Issue details. Okay, that is the markdown for issue details, right? So fine. Where is the button for the update? I mean, you can see the title here. That's the status and the this date, right? Created date, and we have the description here. That is what you see here. The only thing is the issue update issue, right? That is what I don't see. What is that update issue, guys? Well, let me find out. Edit issue. So I mean, we might have passed somewhere here, right? I mean, there is a card. That's okay. That looks fine. Let me. Okay, so if you go to the details, right, in the issue details page here, I mean, we have added the edit also in same place. That maybe we have to remove that one, okay? Because you see the details has the loading, and there is like a three loading, right? One for the edit. Okay, edit don't have, fine. This loading will go for the one of the parent, right? So the parent will be ID here. Then again, view has a loading. Okay, I mean there is too much conflict here. Anyway, we're gonna fix that later, right? For now, let's focus on the uh, details page. Okay, so details here, and the page is this one, right? So you can see edit button here. I want to add the delete also same place. So let's import that. Import delete issue button, and I will add just below here delete issue button. Okay, and you pass the ID, right? Because we're gonna need this ID to delete. So just do the same thing. Done. Save, and you will see the button now, right? Look at that. What we're gonna do is we're gonna fix this here. I will add flex, because buttons are inline element. Okay, so maybe you want to make it column like that. You can do that using the flex. Okay, direction. So flex can have direction, right? We need to import that first. So here, let's call it flex. Then I'm gonna add a direction for column, right? Column, fine. And you can add a gap also. Let's do the gap of maybe 4 is okay. Save now, right? And you will see something like this. In a small device, uh, right? I think that is okay. Even if I make it large, something like that. Yeah, so this not look good, right? Maybe we can, we can make this details like the 80% and make this one maybe 20%, right? This button in 20% space. So how are we gonna fix that? So I will leave it like this until we fix, right? So let's try. So that is the grid. Okay, the grid, we have here grid, right? What we can do is first we're gonna make 5 column. Let's make a 5 column, right? 5 column. So now we have 5 column of grid. Okay, then see, grid has two box, this box 1 and box 2, right? The box 2 here, that box 2. Okay, that's the two child. So the first one, we're gonna say, I think, call span, right? Span maybe 4. Let the first box take the 4 span. Okay, now refresh, and you see it moves. I will show you now, right? Let's go back and inspect, and you can see it's move, right? It take the 4 span, and the last one is the last column is the button, right? Only problem I see now is our this content, this thing did not move, the details, right? Did not occupy the whole space. uh okay, so yeah, so the one thing I will tell you, right? Remember, we have to apply prose here in this details box. Okay, so prose has maximum number of character, I believe 60, right? 60 only maximum in one line. So that's why might be it is not moving. Okay, so we have to tell specifically, right, that take the whole space. So let's do that one. So in the details box detail, right? What is that? Let's see. I mean, we what we can do, right? Let's do one thing here. I'm just gonna add in the MD device, apply this. Okay, small device no need, right? Small device can be the whole size, but MD can be this, right? So small is looks okay. Small is like this is fine, but MD will be something like this, right? But the problem is again this box. So I need to find where is that box, right? So that will be in the details component. Let's go to the details component. In the component here, and you see details, and here pros, right? So you see the pros. So what I will do is I will say max width maybe full, so that even it is 60 character in one line, you know, it will force to take the whole space, right? So now you can see that box increase and take the whole width of the basically like a 4 column, right? Complete width of the 4 column. Okay, so it will be like this. Fine. So that was the thing I want to explain. Let's continue now, right, to our delete section. So I'll close all this, so we don't need edit close, edit button close, delete button we might need, close all this, issue form, I don't know, because if we need we're gonna open later. Router, I'll leave that one. Page ID, okay. So close this. Now we in the button, right? Delete button, we're working on that. When you're gonna click this delete button, you want to trigger some action, right? So let's find some component from here called action typography component, action alert dialog. I think alert dialog is that. Yeah, so there is alert, there is trigger. So when you click, this trigger will run, and then in that trigger dialog box you're gonna have maybe the title, then you're gonna have description. Fine. Then so that is the content, right? Okay, so alert dialog content can have this title, description, then we're gonna add the cancel and maybe continue, something like that, right? The action to continue to delete. Okay, so this looks nice. I will just copy this whole thing, and then we're gonna modify just to save some time, right? So remember this, here in the return part we need that. Okay, I need to import now, right? So I'll just click here the alert dialog, control dot, and I will say import from Redux UI. Let's see. Yeah, but let's put this button, right? This button will go inside this trigger, this remove this red button, right, and add our button. Okay, like that, and then done. So I need to get a flex also. Let's add flex here. All right, now I need to fix this. Delete issue is okay. uh this should be right. The content, let's remove. I don't need max width or anything. Remove that. Inside the content we're gonna have title, so title will be maybe, so we are deleting issue, right? That is the button. What we can call, are you sure, something like that, right? uh, are you sure this application will no longer be accessible? We can call something in existing session, right? So we can call it like, once you delete, you cannot access the, you cannot you cannot reverse, right? Reverse the action, something like that. Once you delete, you cannot reverse the action, right? Fine. Now after that, I mean you can look at here, just look at now, right? If you click on this, see, are you sure to delete issue, right? You can put something there, then you're gonna have this are you sure. Once you delete, okay, so we don't need are you sure again here. We can just make it simple. Once you delete, you cannot reverse the action, right? And then there is cancel and revoke access, okay, or maybe cancel and continue with just put here delete, right? So cancel, and here uh, continue with deletion, right? Continue with deletion, something like that. So continue with deletion. Once you click this button, then it will, like trigger the API to delete the basically your issue, right? That's the plan. So you know, let's leave it everything here. I believe looks fine. Yeah, it looks fine, right? For now, cancel. So the thing is how that triggering happening, right? Triggering. So in the Redux UI, this component alert dialog box, the component is, to alert the dialog box. This dialog box, it has like trigger, right? When you click this trigger take place, okay? Because this is the button you clicking, then this trigger happened, right? That trigger is this alert dialog box. Inside there is a content, which is the title and description. All right, then you have flex box with two button, right? Cancel, and see they have alert dialog cancel, alert dialog action to do something like that, right? So that's what happened. For now I will cancel. So let's commit now, right? We have done a lot of work here, so we can say git add commit dash m, and we call it delete button created, right? Something like that. Delete button created or added, right? Delete button, or just leave it delete button and git push. Okay, so we done now. The next thing is, like we added the dialog box also. The next thing I believe is API, right? So you're gonna click, then when you click on this continue, we need the API, right? First. So where are we gonna build the API? So let's go to the API issue. We have ID, right? Same place, yeah. So same place here, because we're gonna go with the ID issues slash ID, and that ID you want to delete. So this is the, in the ID we have the path, right? uh, Same thing, same. So I'm gonna need this all the way. So we're not validating anything. Okay, so I will take, we're gonna get the issue also, right? With that ID we're gonna get this, yeah, up to here. Basically I'm gonna change some stuff. So paths. Okay, so here sorry, just go down this place. For now I'll close this. So let's update here. Export async delete, right? That's the action. delete, right? Delete action. Okay, so our action is delete. We're gonna get the ID, right? That is params ID. We're gonna need that. We don't have any data. Okay, when you're deleting, you're not sending any data, right? So let's get rid of all this. No need to validate, no need to get data and all that. But with this ID, right, we will check if we have the issue or not inside the database. So we will check Prisma find unique where ID equal to params.id. So this will check for our issue in the database. If we don't have, we just return, right? 404 maybe. Then let's say we have an issue, then we're gonna do the delete, right? So await prisma dot issue dot delete, right? And what you want to delete, so let's pass the clause called where id equal to, so this time we're not going to use the id from the param, we're going to use the id from our issue dot id, because we found the issue, right? Here we have the issue, so this is what we are deleting, so we must use this id, not from here. So this gives more security, more guaranteed that we are deleting the right. Okay, so once we have done that, then just return this, right? So I mean, we don't have any error. We're just gonna return empty object like this, and status maybe 202, something like that, 200. Okay, right? That is okay. Success, something like that. So we're done. I mean, we have the delete action, right? We got this. How are we gonna use now? So let's go back to our button. So we're gonna click this, continue with deletion, right? We're gonna click that button. So that's the button, continue deletion. What I'm gonna do is add the on click, right? What is that? I think on click. Yeah, let's add that on click event. So inside here, we gonna put the function, because when you click, you're gonna run the callback function. Let's make this function async, because we're gonna do the network call and all that. So async here. So I'm gonna add the error also, right? Because we're gonna have try catch block like this. We need Axios also, because you want to access to our API. So let's import that. So here, import Axios. So the first thing is, right, we're gonna call Axios dot delete. Okay, make sure you put await here, right, because this is network call. Await Axios dot delete. Then we're gonna call our API. So localhost 3000 slash API slash issues slash, and then we have ID, right? So $, and ID is coming from params dot ID, because is that params ID? Let me check here. Oh, we just have issue ID, right? It's straight here, so we're gonna use that. No params, because parameter, we're sending the ID from the button, right? In the button, and that ID we receive here, so that will be straight here. Okay, good. What else we can pass? I mean, we nothing. We're not sending any data or anything. We just call this API to take care our delete. When you call this API, right, you're gonna go to this route here, and that is delete, so that it will just enter here with that ID, params ID, the ID we attach. It will look for that issue, then it will check. If no issue, then return it. But if there is an issue, then it will go here and do the delete part and return the empty object, right? So that is what happened. Fine. So event handlers cannot be passed to the client component. Event handler, right? This is the event, means you clicking something on click. So see, this is the client event, okay? And our page is server, right? So cannot be done. So you must make this client. So use client, right? When there is event, that is only in the client. It cannot be done in the server. Fine. So we have finished this. We gonna what we're gonna do? That will delete now, right? So once you delete, you want to go to the issue page. So for that, we need uh, the router, right? So let's get that router. And I'm just gonna import here. Import use router hook from next navigation. Make sure you get from navigation. And once you have that inside your component here, what we can do is const router equal to use router, like that. Okay, so we gonna called router dot push, and we want to go to the localhost 3000 slash issue slash view, right? View. Okay. All right. So, and also you can refresh, right? So let's do the refresh of your page so that the cache will be removed and fetch the fresh data, right? Refresh so that you can see the deleted one gone from the view. All right. Now, thing is how we're gonna handle the error, right? How are we gonna do that? So to do, we gonna need, let's call this use router and create our own, like state to handle the error. So we're gonna use state comp hook. Now here, const, let's call it error, and then set error, right? Like that. These are a function. Error is a variable, and set error is the function, right? So I believe we have matching name errors here. We can change errors and set errors. Use state. Good. Now, first let's make it false, right? But if there is error, we can make that set errors to true. True. Okay. So yeah, I mean that is all we can do here, right? So let's see if this is working or not, right? Let's delete something and then we're gonna move forward. Okay. So this is the issue. Whatever issue is this, I'm not sure. Let's go to the issue. The first one, right? Can we do the last? Okay, let's go to the last and delete and continue with deletion, right? Continue, and voila, this is gone, right? Let's delete 12 also. Oh, not 12. Let's delete something above, right? Like this is issue 2. Let's go back here. Delete, continue with deletion, right? And that is gone. Okay. So see, it's page refresh. When this page is refreshed, right? The cache memory is removed with the updated data, okay, from the database. Fine, things are working okay. So we can call it git add commit dash m, uh, add the, so implement delete API also, right? Yeah, I mean we have added more stuff, but you get the idea. Implement delete API and git push. So the what else we can do? Let's see. We also handle the error already here. The next step we can take care is improve the user experience. We can do that. So let's say if there is some error, right? If there is error, I mean we can add the dialog box to to display that something, some error, right? How we can do that? So we can use this same alert box. I mean our work is done, right? But still we can improve this little bit. So let's do that. Let me wrap this in the fragment so that I can add another children, right? And then I will add another new alert box here. Okay, alert dialog dot root, like this. Okay, so what is the next thing we are doing, right? Let me see. Okay, we are adding the, basically if there is error, right, during the API call. So you will hit here in this section, then you set errors to false, or basically true, right? This will be true. Okay, and then in that situation we're gonna have something like we're gonna add maybe what we can add, right? Let's see. We don't have any we're not gonna add trigger. Okay, we're not gonna add trigger. We're gonna add yeah, let's add the title, right? Title, maybe description, and cancel, basically okay, right? We can do that. So well, let's type it. Okay, we'll just type alert dot title, uh, error, right? Let's put error, and then alert dialog dot description, uh, you know, something went wrong, please try again, and then we're gonna have alert dot content, right? And inside you're gonna add alert dialog dot action, and there we're gonna put not action, right? Let's make it yeah, I think action, and let's try to add a button, okay, with the okay, right? Button with the okay. So one thing, right? We don't want this to trigger, okay, every time. When it will trigger, if there is the uh some error, right? So uh there should be something. Let me see, there is a props call, I believe. Let's open, yeah, open, right? So open will work when there is errors true. If there is error, what we do, we make the errors true, and that's why if there is true, then this dialog box will appear. So we can verify this, right, by adding here some kind of error to our API. Let's add some error, right? So paths, not paths, but in delete, somewhere here we're gonna add implement error. So new, how we gonna add error, right? Let's put not new, but that was JavaScript error. How we can, okay, throw new error, right, like that. Okay, so when you call this API, there will be error, okay, and that should trigger that, right? So let's go to the last one, 12, delete. When you click on delete, see that this dialog box API, this dialog box appear, right? But we did not see the content because maybe I did not wrap that things in the content, right? So when you click OK, okay, did not work, right? Yeah. So I have to make sure when I click this, I need to turn that error to false, right? That is what I do. All right. So let's go back here. So we have button. We can add on click because you want to do something, right? Then here we're gonna let's add a callback function and set errors to false, like that. Save. Okay, so when you click, we are here, right? Delete, you get this, and so that's fine. What we're gonna do next is this title and description, right? That we can add in the content. All right, yeah, right, in the content. So now check, continue, and error, something went wrong, cancel, right? Something like that. So change this button to red, color to red, save. Okay, we can add some style here. So let's say class, let's put a variant, right? Variant, maybe soft, save. Not good, right? I just put a margin top of maybe 4. Yeah, click OK. Good to go. Fine. So we have implement this. One more thing I want to add, right? When you delete, you know, most likely, right, this button, the delete button, I want to add some kind of like a, you just hide, right? We're just gonna hide it, not hide, but disable, and then run the spinner. So how are we gonna get that? Let's import the spinner first. We have a spinner already, right? So just import that, and I need the some variable, right? Like is deleting, set deleting, right? So in the beginning, this will be use state. This is false. Okay. So deleting is false in beginning, right? Okay. But when we start deleting, so that is here, we're gonna make set deleting to true. Okay, true. If we have is deleting true now, right? This will be true now. Okay. Right now in the beginning is false, but soon we hit here, we go inside here, right? When you click on the delete button, it will become true. Now in that situation, we're gonna call our, cancel. Where is the trigger, right? Here. So just add the bracket here, and I said if there is deleting true, right, then we're gonna call our spinner component. Fine. Now I'm gonna make this button disable while it is true. So just call that is deleting variable, that is true. So let's try now, right? I'm gonna remove that this error from here. We don't need this error, will be there, right, when there is some network error, something like that. Okay, so I just show you how this error happens by adding error by ourselves. But in the reality, if there is something network error, API will be having some issue, then you will get that dialog box. But now let's start deleting. Continue with deletion, and you see that disabled and the spinner was running fine. Okay, so we done, right? That is all about the deleting part of the, so we almost done with the CRUD operation. So let's do the git add, git commit dash m, added the spinner, right? So we can call it improve the user experience. So we can call that user experience and git push. Okay, guys, so I'll stop here now.